Hello there, I am K9. I was once the Doctor's dog. I'm here to tell you about the Doctor and his wibbly, wobbly, timey-wimey adventures, but also the reality in them as well. Don't be lost, I'll explain. The show is a long-running BBC science fiction television series. The Doctor is a Time Lord from the planet of Gallifrey, who travels through time and space in his dimensionally transcendent, bigger on the inside, time machine, the TARDIS, which took the exterior form of a 1963 police telephone call box, and has stayed that way ever since. So, now you know about the TARDIS, but what about the mad man in the box? Doctor Who? The Doctor has been played by 11 fine actors, soon to be 12, over the last 50 years. There are so many actors because of one of the Time Lord's best traits, regeneration. When a Time Lord's body is dying, he becomes a new body with a new personality, memories and feelings still intact. The Doctor travels through time and space, sometimes visiting important historical moments and people. He has visited Queen Victoria, King Louis XV, Charles Dickens, and many others. He was at the Apollo takeoff, and when the crime writer, Agatha Christie, disappeared for 11 days, mysteriously. But what actually happened here in reality, where there is no Doctor? How accurate were the writers when they sent the Doctor into these historic events? First, let me introduce you to William Shakespeare, the greatest playwright of all time. The Doctor visited Shakespeare in Season 3 during Episode 3. He was being tormented by witches, which were actually only aliens. Shakespeare carried a very rugged personality, not what you would expect from a man of such eloquent words.
Genius. He's a genius, the genius, the most human there's ever been. Now, we're going to hear him speak. Always he chooses the best words, new, beautiful, brilliant words.
Ah! Shut your big fat mouth!
You should never meet your heroes.
He was still, however, a genius that even the Doctor admired. Shakespeare was in the middle of writing his latest sequel, Love's Labour 1. The witches were using voodoo on the playwright to influence his writing. The witch aliens' powers came from the power of words. Shakespeare, having the most influence of his time, was the perfect target to give them power. The opening of the play proceeded. However, towards the play's end, the magic words were spoken. Even more witches were released onto the Globe Theatre, where the Doctor and Shakespeare come to the rescue.
Come on, Will! History needs you! But what can I do? Reverse it! How am I supposed to do that? Shaking the Globe gives words power, but you're the wordsmith. The one true genius, the only man clever enough to do it! But what words? I have not ready! You're William Shakespeare! But these carried-out phrases, they need such precision!
Trust yourself. When you're locked away in your room, the words just come, don't they? Like magic. Words, the right sound, the right shape, the right rhythm, words that last forever. That's what you do, Will. You choose perfect words. Do it. Improvise.
Close up this den of painful dire decay. Decomposition of your witch's plot. You thieve my brains, consider me your toy. My doting doctor tells me I am not.
No. Where's the power?
Foul, canine spectres! Cease your show between the points. 761-390! 761-390! Man is like a tinker's cuss, I say to thee! Yeah! Expelliarmus! Expelliarmus!
Good old JK!
In darkness, they are consumed!
But what really happened to Shakespeare's play, Love's Labour 1?
Love's Labour's 1. There it goes.
It really was lost, not because of aliens, but because upon saving his works into a library, Shakespeare did not find it worth keeping. Only a manuscript of the play has been found, the rest is still lost. Shakespeare really was a clever man too, a man greater than his time. The likeness of him in the Doctor Who episode to the likeness in reality is uncanny, right down to Shakespeare's hearing. A great interpretation of a respected dramatic genius. Agatha Mary Clarissa Christie was an English crime novelist, short story writer, and playwright of the 1920s whose books and short stories are still popular today. It was a difficult time for Agatha. Her mother had died, and she was often alone, clearing out the family home, all while struggling to write the next novel. Archie, Agatha's husband, and Agatha's relationship, strained by the sadness in her life, broke down when Archie fell in love with a fellow golfer and friend of the family, Nancy Neal. Agatha had, however, already published The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. The Doctor visits Agatha the day of her mysterious disappearance at a party where a murder mystery soon unravels. The Doctor and Agatha work to solve the mystery as more and more fall victim. The Doctor and Agatha finally solve the mystery. However, it's not what anyone expected. It's a giant wasp.
Wasp? When a giant wasp? I mean a wasp. That's giant. It's only a silly little insect. But how's he giant? Flipping big. I mean flipping enormous. But it's still.
To the mansion of the house 40 years ago due to an alien encounter.
And you, Agatha Christie, with your railway station bookstall romances. What's to stop me killing you?
Oh, my dear darling. My child.
What's to stop me killing you for? Come back. Keep away. Keep away, Roger.
No more murder. If my imagination made you kill, then my imagination will find a way to stop you. Foul creature.
They traded the wasp. Agatha leaves with the wasp's amulet, driving to the lake and throwing it into the water where the wasp chased after it, drowning it.
Oh, it's a firestone! It's one of the best performed of mine. It's dying and it's connected to Agatha.
You let her go. Right at the end, the Vesperform chose to save someone's life.
Is she alright?
Oh, of course, the amnesia. Wiped her mind of everything that happened. The wasp, the murders.
And us. She'll forget about us.
Yeah, but we solved another riddle. The mystery of Agatha Christie. And tomorrow morning, her car gets found by the side of a lake. 3 days later, she turns up in a hotel in Harrogate with no idea of what just happened. No one will ever know.
Lady Edison. The Colonel and all the staff. What about them?
Shameful story. They never talk of it. Too British. While the unicorn does a bunk back to London town, she can never even say she was there.
What happens to Agatha?
Oh, great life. Met another man, married again. Saw the world. Wrote.
She never thought her books were...
Today, in reality, we know at least the reason for what happened, but not what happened during those 11 days. Christie was in the grip of a rare, but increasingly acknowledged mental condition known as a fugue state, or a period of out-of-body amnesia, induced by stress. In effect, the writer was in a kind of trance for several days. The Doctor says at the end of the episode that he didn't believe Agatha ever truly forgot. The cover of one of her famous books, The Death in the Clouds, featured a giant wasp, and it really did. There are many different historical events that the show features, and all of them have many actual aspects to them, along with the science fiction thrown in. Whether it is accurate times and names, or just how they look, Doctor Who tries to stay as factually correct as a sci-fi series will allow. It was nice to see you all. I hope I have entertained and informed you about the Doctor.
There is a great power and wisdom there, and consolation to the soul in times of need.
What's that then?
Allons-y!